Hi there, fix that car here. So you like minis, you like classic minis. If you're buying one, how do you know what you're looking at is fake or if it's real? When I say fake, I mean it's perhaps had a lot of parts changed. It may not be quite what it appears to be. This is a 1972 Mini, or appears to be a 1972 Mini, in mallard green. Just have a walk around it. It's got 10-inch wheels. That supports the 1972 year. It's got quite a bit of chrome on it. It's got the right shape rear lights. So is this real? Let's take a closer look. We'll start under the bonnet, and here are where you can find the most obvious clues. These cylinders here, they are genuine. There are many later versions that are plastic. This is worth looking at. It's a clutch slave cylinder. This is the correct configuration for 1972. The carburettor with its small air cleaner, HS2 carburettor, that's correct. Old copper radiator. And if we look at the front here, you can see an engine number, sorry, a body number along the front there. Quite often this front panel may have been replaced, or in fact the whole body may have been replaced. It might be a later car with the number just moved over. So take a really close look at this part of the car you're looking at. In fact, although this all looks perfect, it's even got the nice little British Leyland sticker there on the rocker cover, it's not quite what it seems. This is my car, and this is a 1000cc engine, which is correct, but actually the block is an A+ block. The reason I've used that is the A+ blocks had cylinder liners, and they had much tougher bearings on the crankshaft, so they just last longer. Very difficult to tell, but that is in fact a later engine block, although everything else, all these other bits and pieces, are all correct for the year. Externally, we've got a nice mini badge there in the middle of the bonnet, but also take a look at the headlights. Can you see they bulge? That's because they're the original sealed beam units. Many later Minis had flat fronted, they just had a bulb in a plastic shroud, and quite often these have been replaced with these later headlights. It loses part of the essence of a Mini, which is the curved wing continuing through the shape of the headlight. We've got a Leyland badge there in its original position. That is in fact a replacement, you can buy those. We've got a bullet door wing mirror. These were never supplied with these cars in the first place, so this is aftermarket, this has been added. We've got a Bee Sting aerial, again an addition. These are all my additions, by the way. Walking around the car. We've got the slightly squarey rear tail lights with Lucas written on them. That's correct. We've got the correct badging, Mini 1000. And up the other side, we've got another bullet mirror. Let's take a look inside. The seats are vinyl. This colour is actually called lime flower green, and believe it or not, it's original. This is the original interior to this car. That's suffered a bit, but it's still there. The carpeting is black. That's replacement, because the original carpeting would have been lime flower as well. And look at the dashboard. I think that's one of the loveliest parts of a Mini. But critically, for this age of car, for this particular year, these switches are rounded. Later versions had more square-cornered switches, so that's something to look out for. And look at the steering wheel. I don't know what you call it, plastic, Baker-like, a thin plastic steering wheel. Many of these things are replaced. In fact, this particular car I've owned for some 20 years, and it had a replacement steering wheel. It had replacement wheels outside. and it had extended wheel arches, so I took them all off, took it back to original. Let's take a look in the boots. Inside here we've got the spare wheel, and actually a lot of evidence of welding, which indicates this is an original body. No Mini body would have lasted this long without being extensively welded. For this car, is it fake or fortune? Well, the answer is neither. It's not a fake. It's based on an original 1972 Mini, but that was almost 50 years ago, and as such it's had a lot of repairs. A lot of things have been put right, but they have been put right much as they would have been originally. It's not been turned into something else, it's not been turned into somebody's personal car. So it's quite nice in that respect. It is virtually a standard 1972 Mini 1000, but it's not worth a fortune. It's not in concourse condition. It wouldn't do particularly well in a show. It's just a nice usable Mini. So it's neither fake nor fortune. But I'll tell you what, it's great fun to own and drive. So let's take it for a drive and see what it's like. Starting the car requires a choke. This engine's warm, so I'm not going to use the choke. Turn the key. Get that raw. See the oil pressure gauge has moved across as I rev the engine. Temperature's there. We'll just wait for this car to come up the hill and we'll move off. See what it's like to drive. A bit noisy, but do you know what? It feels fantastic. It's just like driving a go-kart. If you drive a modern car and get into one of these, it's a totally different experience. You're close to the ground, you can feel all the feedback through the controls. The car feels like it's going twice as fast as it actually is. I'm only going at 25-30 miles an hour, but what an experience. I can feel every bump. I feel connected to the road. I feel connected to the scenery. When it comes to stopping, it's a little bit of a different story. Its drum brakes all round are a little bit slow, so don't get too close to any vehicles in front of you in your classic car, otherwise you'll be very disappointed. If somebody stops sharply in front of you, you won't be able to stop. Enjoy the scenery for a little bit as we drive along. Listen to the music of that engine. These are the sort of roads that this car is made for. Single track, country road. Bit of a different experience on a dual carriageway or a motorway. It hasn't really got the ability to hold the speed comfortably, but on these roads, fantastic, full experience. So, if you've enjoyed watching this video, let me know. Please subscribe, and if you'd like to see more of this Mini, perhaps hear its story, drop a comment in the comment box and I'll put some more videos up on this particular classic Mini. Thank you for watching.